Hey guys, welcome to another video. Today we'll be having a look at Dolores. So, Dolores might be one of the most elusive epics in the game, and I think most of you guys might have gotten lucky and pulled her this weekend. I did pull a couple copies of her, but I already have her at Awaken 5, so it doesn't really matter for me. I've been pretty lucky. I got Dolores, Dolores maybe 2-3 weeks into the game, so maybe not much luck recently with our legendaries, but I sure got lucky with Dolores pretty early on. And she's one of the unique healers. Even though she is a healer here, she's actually much more of a support character, and we'll get into that in a short while. So Dolores is basically one of the rare units that provides inspiration. And what this does is that she actually increases attack for all units in her heal range. And this is 40%, so 40% extra damage to units around him. And the thing is that most of the later endgame stages, damage becomes really important. Because this game works in a weird way where, the higher the defense the units have, the harder it is to pierce through them. But once you get past that damage threshold that's required, that's where you start dealing damage. And that's where Dolores really shines, because without her, you won't be able to actually pierce through some of these defenses. And we'll just use Guild Boss as one of the test runs to see, with and without Dolores, how much difference will we make in terms of the Dragon Blood that we get. And of course, you can see that at max skill up is 40%, because I already have a max skill, so that's that. If not, it's going to be 30%. And then there's just lots of initial rage and skill cost decrease. And then at Awaken 1, the inspiration effect increases by 20% as well. So that brings it all the way up to 40%, which we see here right now. And then attack-based healing, nothing really to be fascinated about. And this one, 50 seconds after being deployed, permanently increases her basic attack healing multiplier. And most importantly, she has a chance to increase her rage by 300 when she triggers her ultimate. And at Awaken 5, that goes up to 80%. I've seen people complaining about this spoiling their Guild Boss runs because they tried to get Dolores up, getting her ulti up more often, and of course the 80% doesn't always trigger, but I haven't really been at that stage to be that worried yet. And if we take a look at her awakenings, we already look at the attack increase one, this is the increased HP, healing multiplier, and then a 5% increase in attack, and then this is the rage increase that we saw earlier. And her gear wise, I've equipped her pretty much in attack gear, as well as HP substats. And we also have her in the Invigoration Banger, because other than the healing effect, she also gives herself and one random ally 10% attack, which really goes a long way, especially when she's the one providing the 40% attack boost. And on her artifact, I found that Ancestral Teaching is one of the better ones on her. I don't think any of the other healer artifacts really shine, and I've seen most of the top Guild Boss runs have her equipped with the Ancestral Teaching artifact, so I think that's just the way to go. And yeah, so that's Dolores, and we're just gonna look at her at Guild Boss because I think that's where she really shines, as well as Arena, but my Arena is pretty wonky now, so I'm just gonna take a look at Guild Boss for now. So we're just gonna take a look at Nightmare 4, and I'm just gonna do my auto fight here because I have Dolores here equipped. So you can see that I actually popped Dolores down first, and I have Valeria pop down next because she's my top damage dealer. So the invigoration bonus is gonna go to Valeria. And you can see that Dolores ult has to sync well with all the other units at the same time, except for those units with auto ultimates like Abomination and Wrath. But those with ultimates that I can actually hit, I'm gonna have them synchronize together with Dolores. And you just have to time it for the shield. Don't do it too early. There we go. Nothing much really to talk about here because we want to see the difference when Dolores is not in here. And you can see that Dolores always restores her rage first compared to the other units because of that 80% chance to restore rage. I think she did actually restore her rage in that state. So the last shield, you can see that is really close, and once we remove Dolores, probably won't be able to break it anymore, to be honest. See, her rage cap is up again, and the other units have to wait. And we just hit 20,000 blood recently, so that's where we normally sit nowadays. Yeah. Alright. So 20,000 dragon blood, and let's see stats here. This is roughly what we're seeing. 32 million, 21 million, 20 million, 20, 16, 15. And Dolores of course does 0 damage, but let's see without Dolores how this run actually goes. Of course I'm gonna put Dolores in still, but I'm just not gonna deploy her. Just gonna slow down that run.
Taste my claymore.
Sorry, just trying to figure out which units should go where. Okay, I think that's how it goes. I think I may have screwed up here. Oh no, this is correct. That's where Dolores normally goes. Okay. So we don't actually have Dolores now, so maybe we can just time the ultimates whenever.
Fear the beast's fury. For the tribe.
My shadows can't hide you.
Just gonna wait for his shield to pop up, just to make sure that Centrum gets his out in. A lot slower now. You can see in the last run we absolutely decimated the shield, but this time around it's a lot slower. And I'm not sure if we even clear the second shield, to be honest. I'm just gonna save all my outs because I might not even be able to clear in time. Okay, let's see whether we make it in time. Might be super close. No, we don't even clear it. So, I'm just gonna quit here, but you guys can really see. Halfway in, we've only done 4,000 dragon blood. Of course, with that dragon shield will probably be broken, will be 6 to 7,000. But at max, we actually hit 20k blood with Dolores in. And you can see that halfway in, Valeria has only done half of her original damage, or rather 1/3. Because we did see Wrath with 21 million damage earlier, and Valeria around 32 million. So you can see that where Dolores really comes in handy here. And I really don't think there's a better way that I can place this where Dolores is actually useful, because it's just the gateway to, you know, every endgame strategy. And if we just look at Guild Boss here, look at World Rankings, Dolores, 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 you get the picture. She's just in almost every single freaking lineup. So she's really what we need to really shine late game, and she's just one of the epics that's almost as good as a legendary. So yeah, that's it for the video, guys. So I hope you guys start to see where Dolores comes in handy, especially in the late game. So, and also see the actual impact of where she stands. Of course, it would have been a better run if we actually could break the shields and see the actual final damage, but unfortunately my units are not strong enough there yet, so we'll have to just make do with what we have. And that's it for the video, guys. If you have any questions, feel free to leave it down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.